tab for tickets when you come to town?
Well, good thing is it's harvest season, so family's pretty busy right now.
Is it?
So,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
so that saves me a little bit. No, always good to come back.
Yeah.
So you had Vince out there today. I mean, how close is he to being, even game ready? Anywhere close to game ready?
Well, I mean, we'll just take that day by day. He's in a spot where he's itching to get going and probably wants a little bit more today. But we've got a full practice day tomorrow, so it's a good progression for us. He's been able to be on the ice for 5 or 6 consecutive days. Get in the morning skate today, full practice tomorrow, and that we believe that's the best progression for him to be ready to go early next week. Which we'll take it one step at a time, but I would project that.
I mean, Riker's a pretty offensive player in his own right. I mean, how does his style, do you think, help Adam, and how does Adam help complement his style? Is it similar to what you see when him and Dunn are on the ice, just as far as being able to melt?
Yeah, I'm trying not to make that comparison, but Riker's a guy that, offensively, his abilities, getting up ice and walking the line, having the confidence to keep plays alive offensively, have been positive throughout training camp. And his competitiveness at the other end of the rink has been very good. We saw that all the way through the year last year. That continued to grow, as he progressed in the American Hockey League, and we're seeing the continuation of that progression here. So tonight is another, it's a great opportunity. Obviously, as you go through preseason, the level of play continues to rise and continues to climb. So, this will be a challenge and a test that he's ready for, and one that fits in with what we're trying to do.
I mean, typically, your last game, you put your regular season lineup out there. How close is this to the finished product?
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, we've got the number of guys that we have. I told the guys, in the room, not sure where we're going to end up. On Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning. I'm pretty sure that everybody's in the room right now will be part of it, and part of our opportunity for success throughout the year. What that means when we start on Monday, we're not there yet. This isn't our starting night lineup. I mean, I guess it could be, but that's not the way we put it together. It is a lineup that gives, there's some forward lines here that have an opportunity to build some chemistry. Wenny's line hasn't been together yet. They have the opportunity to play together. Gordy's line, I think, has spent maybe a period and a half together. So we have the opportunity to get them together for the entire game. So those are obvious pieces, and those are guys that we're going to count on come Tuesday night. So it's a good opportunity for them to raise the level a little bit and build some, kind of renew some of that chemistry.
Matty Beniers obviously had a great year last year. What are expectations from him this year, and how has he looked so far in preseason?
Just to continue being who he is. That's what the expectation is. He's a competitor. He's a guy that wants to continually add to his game. He wants to be on the ice in the key moments. And Matty's done some work over the summer to advance his game physically. He's ahead of where he was last year, and he's obviously gained the experience of his rookie year and some playoff experience. So we expect that'll help him as he comes into the regular season this year. But that's the expectation. Just continue being who he is. This guy loves the game. He brings a ton of energy to the game, and that rubs off on his teammates.
He's not going to fly it under the radar this year. I guess we've seen in the past where he's going to get more attention. Might be a little tougher, I guess. And how do you kind of help him? There's going to be some nights when that's not going to go as well.
He's a smart guy. Yeah. He knows that. He knows that. In this league, he's going to be a little bit more well known. Whereas the first 30 to 50 games last year, that probably wasn't the case. But he's an intelligent guy. He's also a very competitive guy, and he'll welcome that. And his teammates and ourselves as coaches just have to help put him in the best situations possible for him to continue his success. But he's a guy that he wants that type of challenge. He wants that type of opportunity, and he'll excel within it.
Shane Wright, well, how's he been in camp? I know he's not playing tonight, but what do you see
Yeah,
from
he's
him,
made-
and what does he have to?
We see advancements in each part of his game. He's not in the lineup tonight. He's played each of the 4 available games. Obviously, we had the 1 split squad game, so he's played each of those 4 games. We've put him into different situations. A couple games where he's been higher up in the lineup, a couple games where he's been in more of a depth role in the lineup. And exactly what I said, we've seen advancement in all parts of his game.
You have a good veteran team, I guess, and you guys have a good team. Does that help take time with him? You can be patient with him and not have to rush him into the
Well, we hope it helps on a lot of different levels. Number one, we want players to be here when they're ready, right? And that's what training camp is about, is deciding who the most ready guys are, to help us on game number 1 of the season. But also we want to make sure that every player, not just the young guys, not just the Shane Wrights, the Riker Evans of the world, have the proper support, but everybody that comes into our dressing room has the right support in and around them as teammates and staff, and that's something that we believe is a strength of ours. Guys, I think guys really enjoy being part of it inside of our dressing room. And whether you're a young guy or you're a veteran on the back end of your career, that's something that's really important to make sure that you're enjoying it, you feel comfortable in there, and that can empower you in your game.
Yeah, it's a big jump from junior to the NHL. I think some of these kids have to, they know it, but do they have to actually see it at first hand?
It's a process,
Yeah.
and everybody's, what we all have to understand is it's a different process for everybody. There's never a race to get there, and in our society in this day and age, everybody thinks it is, and it should be, but that's just not the case. So for everybody, we want our guys to for the young guys, get here when they're ready, and for everybody else, like I said, just have the opportunity to come in and be at their best.
Starting goaltender tonight. Do you anticipate splitting time with anyone?
No, right now we're planning to see that. We're planning for Gruby to go the whole game. That can always change mid-fly, but right now, the full game will be his.
Have you seen what you needed to see for the backups? Have you guys made a decision?
Well, no, like I said, we got the 2 days. What those 2 have done is both play really well. You look statistically, one's let in 1 goal, the other's let in 2. Both have pretty good numbers. Both have been consistent day in and day out, and that's a real positive for our team, for our organization, and that leads to just as it is at every other position, that leads to a decision that'll be made later this weekend.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Dave.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.